Robert Labounty is bonding with his new dog Macon one step at a time. But this winter, they've had their share of stumbles.
This is the worst winter. He's never seen the likes of this.
Macon is Robert's seeing eye dog. The two were paired up just before winter, and they were still finding their way together when...
Shortly after he arrived, the weather became very cold, and he seemed to be in shock.
Robert received his dog from the States, and so a lot of the places from the States haven't seen any snow at all. So it can be quite a challenge because the dog isn't used to winter travel.
Before they knew it, the snowbanks were over 6 feet high, and poor Macon was literally out of his element. Their friendship would soon be put to the test.
With high snowbanks, you can imagine what it's like driving in a car and trying to see around those snowbanks. You can imagine what it's like for a dog that's only, a couple of feet high.
The ideal conditions are that you're able to work and train on the streets that you're going to be using. You learn very carefully where the streets are and the nature of the crossings that you have to make. And the dog gets a really good, solid concept, grasp of that whole thing. He never really had a chance. And then before we know it, everything's under snow and snowbanks, and it's made for a very interesting time for us.
Interesting and often dangerous. More than once this winter, the snow has left Macon confused and Robert feeling unsure of his new dog's abilities.
I don't know about this.
When there is a lot of snow and a lot high snowbanks, it's difficult for the dog to distinguish where the road ends and begins.
That's why Robert treads carefully. He knows the snow can easily throw them off route. Remember, Macon is still in training.
Straight, 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 Macon, straight, Macon. What he should do is just with confidence boldly go up to where the corner ought to be. And even if there's a snowbank there, we'll climb the thing together.
He's confused and refuses to move. Robert is left stranded in the middle of traffic. This unsettling scene has happened a lot this winter.
I was faced with this overwhelming feeling, where are we? Where am I?
Passage there, sir. They haven't dug that entrance out. You have to go around.
Robert has had to rely on the kindness of strangers to get him back on track.
Okay. What's that?
Your dog who called me.
No, I don't know. Could you give me a hand a little bit? Help?
At least until Macon gets a little more practice. He admits getting around this winter has been a little unnerving.
Get into traffic.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, but the rest of the sidewalk is not plowed.
This is real life. That's what this is.
But Macon does manage to regain his bearings quite quickly. His training seems to be kicking in.
Okay, good boy.
Robert's encouraging words and patience boost his confidence. And despite the weather, the two will soon become one.
After the bonding really takes place, it's almost like you have telepathy with the dog. It's almost like you can read each other's minds. It's an amazing thing. You really become a unit, a working unit, a team.
And most of all, loving friends that watch out for each other every step of the way.
I almost tripped, I stumbled, and he actually cried. Like, he really felt that.
For the Weather Network, I'm Shelley Steeves in Moncton.